What up, Super Fun Force? It's Captain Gamesta, and today I want to just quickly talk about a rumor about Hasbro, and then just my general thoughts and feelings on it. So, if you want to know, the basic headline is that Hasbro possibly could be cutting ties with Beyblade at the reveal of, or I guess we could say, once the production of Beyblade X is underway, and I think Hasbro is just going to finish up with their Quadstrike line, basically doing a bunch of like recolors and a few original designs based on, of course, the best Dynamite Battle and Burst Ultimate. And maybe the Pro Series might just go so far as to sparking. I mean, we've definitely started to see, I think we've definitely seen the Valkyrie sparking make it to Pro Series. If I'm not mistaken, you guys can update me in the comments below. I pretty much... I'm not really keeping up with Pro Series anymore because the best Pro Series Beyblades to get are the GT blades, because those are, the harder ones to get even from Takara Tomy. So I'd say, guys, get the Pro Series while you can. I mean, those are still pretty hard to get. So if you haven't already, check out my Mythic Beast collection. That is the ultimate and one of the best products Hasbro has ever released in recent years for Beyblade. So get that for sure. And of course, they have a few good single packs as well. And the Pro Series stadiums are pretty good. So that's pretty much my support for Pro Series. Again, I already have all the sparking, and if they ever make DB for some reason, there's no need to get that because I already have, all the DBs. And I suggest you guys just get the DBs from Takara Tomy while you can, just because you never know what the combinations will be for Pro Series. So you might not get all of the proper parts because we've seen them in GT, change around the custom combos. So if you want to get, which again is fine for me because I still have enough GT to get the right parts together. But if you want the true DB, I say just go for the Takara Tomy now because you don't know how they'll package again the DBs if they even make them. That being said, I still really like Hasbro, and my final verdict on Hasbro is that Hypersphere is the ultimate system. It's basically, I want to say it's basically like what Beyblade X is. Hasbro's Hypersphere was their defining product line and gimmick all in one. So Beyblade X to me, like I said in my other video, reminds me of a Hasbro product. Just like a lot of people have also said Slingshock, right? Because it's a system that's based around one gimmick for a stadium. So when we saw the Burst series, it was a neutral stadium. They did make a few gimmick stadiums, right? But all of the gameplay came from your combo and from your skill in launching, right? So that was super important. Whereas in Beyblade X, it's kind of like Metal Fight meets Slingshock, where it's just, yeah, you can do a little bit with the combo, but it's gonna basically have an attack mode built in. That's gonna make it a lot easier for players, especially new players. And it's gonna make it a little bit more, I guess, consistent for just straight up attacking and exploding, which I think is going to be super fun. Don't get me wrong, I'm hyped for Beyblade X. I'm going to get all of them pretty much, but my favorite's always going to be DB and GT from the Burst series. So where does that leave Hasbro for me? Well, I pretty much collected almost all the Hyperspheres, and again, like I said, I have a lot of fun with Hypersphere, and a lot of the fun also from Hasbro comes with their stadiums, and I still have a few like Slingshocks and the Speed Storms, just because there are some nice energy layers available for sure. And, I think if you still play those in the series that they're made for on their stadiums, that can be great, because I do have the, like the Speed Storm Stadium. But again, if you just take Hypersphere and play it on all the Hasbros, it's just the best experience in my opinion. So where does that leave Quadrive? I played and tested Quadrive like crazy, both from a competitive and a casual perspective. And again, guys, as you saw in my previous videos, it just does not stand up to the power of Hypersphere. But I'm still buying, like I mentioned, some Quadrive and Quadstrike, more of like an action figure collectible that's really cheap. Because, like for example, this is pretty cool, right? Like to get the Red Rashad Chase Beyblade from Takara Tomy, it would probably cost you, I don't know, maybe $100 to $200, if not more now. Otherwise, you can never get this in all red. So for me, having this in all red is cool. I just make a custom design that looks nice. I think that's thematic and that's fun. And if you want, you can still play with it. And I think it's just going to be casual. But, because of the fact that like the armor is basically useless, you know, and there's no gimmicks to it, and it's almost like you never really want to use the driver that's basically like a speed storm. You want to always use the adapter driver. It just makes it so, again, it's something that's not going to ever be like competitive. You know, not that Hasbro ever is the, you know, the competitive line. Like I said, Hypersphere though, Hypersphere is pretty amazing, and there's still, again, there are still some pretty good drivers that came out of, you know, Speedstorm that could possibly work. But anyways, yeah, I just want to quickly just go over my collection then, because I'm going to probably keep changing around the parts, but like these are some of my final designs right now. I just think they look amazing. And as I buy a few more quad drives and quad strikes in the future, then I might also rearrange. Like I like this. This is such a cool exclusive. It's the Muramasa. It's like two swords here on the outer edges. But I have to use this like, you know, horned like helmet character here because I like adding the pop of blue to brown. And even this like shiny kind of pink, but it's nice to see this double up of silver. I think that's really, really cool, creative. And then I had to go with the metal charge driver just to kind of emphasize like the metal from the blades and stuff like that, even though it's, you know, it's just paint. Another one that's exciting to me was the Roar Bahamut. You know, this thing went up in price. I was gonna pick it up when it originally came out for Takara Tomy. Here's the actual core for it, because I like the pink, but I just didn't really feel like getting another black bay. I opted to get the, in my opinion, the other Roar Bahamuts were way better. The Chase one is just expensive if you want to buy it because it's the Chase. But, you know, they made a red variation of it, like a clear plastic red. They made my favorite, the gold one and the purple one. Actually, it's kind of a toss-up between the purple one, huh, and the gold one. The full purple one is painted, unfortunately. It's not full plastic purple, but all the other Roars look better. The black one, to me, it's just kind of plain, but I was like, hey, cool, I could still get it here in quad drive form. But I ended up switching these because I wanted to make a little bit more of a custom look, because like I said, all black is kind of boring. Here you have the gold popping against the black, and I like that extra metallic purple going against the turquoise, and the clear blue in the middle looks great. And then of course I like how this pink clashes with the green and the gold. Funny thing I thought about was I saw this and I looked at it again versus my original Vanish. It's kind of weird how they painted the yellow over the gap, because they still molded in the dragon head, or not the Fafnir dragon heads here, which looks cool. But this is what should have been painted, because in the Takara Tomy version, the whole layer is rubber, but this part is plastic, the head, and then they painted that like a brownish tan. But either way, still like that a lot. I haven't really done a combo yet with Cyclone. I have the original one of this. This is also a Chase one. It's kind of expensive actually too. But they didn't do for the ones. It's so ironic. The one time they could have done the best like Cyclone, they didn't put the plastic wing pieces there. Then this is, I guess, Wrath. This is how I did the Wrath with this custom recolor Fafnir, which I think is probably the best looking, one of the best looking Fafnirs. Look at that. Awesome. And they're just going to finish up with three more really quick. Here's another, gosh, I forgot the name of this, but this is another exclusive to Hasbro, which, you know, as you guys saw here too, I got both colorations because I think it looks like a really nice shield. It looks really cool. And I put the Muramasa here just because the gold emphasizes, but I like the clear and then the black to kind of pop off this like kind of tannish gold. And then of course we have here the Berserk Lindworm, but this has the actual Ragnarok. And this is a good one too. It's a clear, sparkly turquoise. Really like that. And then last but not least, this is a must-have because this kind of made into the anime, right? Which is the magma layer from the girl character, to one of the very few to ever be in a Beyblade anime. The red one I think is pretty hard to get because you have to buy it in, I think in a starter set. So that's cool, but I ended up just going with this because this is more of a lovely color. That's what I really like about these as, you know, just collectible figures, so to speak, is because this bright color looks great. Really, really cool. And then, oh yeah, I don't know if I was showing my drivers on some of these guys, because the driver still, to me, is part of the combo, the build, for look purposes, you know what I mean? So yeah, I like this kind of like raspberry hot pink or something. Really cool. And then I like this blue here because it kind of matches the shades with that pop of gold. So there you guys go. I'm still going to buy a few more quad strikes as they make them if I like the colorations or if they do something original. Another one that that'll be coming in the mail soon, I'll definitely I'll review for you guys. I'll just do an unboxing of it. So there you guys go. As you can see, I don't know what the future is of Hasbro. I'm just giving you guys a rumor, but I want to definitely collect more of these quad strikes just to have you know, just to kind of play with. You can still spin them and launch them. You don't even have to battle them. And I just want to keep building them and customizing them, and I'll put them on display because they look awesome. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget to keep your face safe, pray, spread that love, be positive, be thankful. Be coming back at you. Peace.